Y'all ready for this?
I'm your host, Ron Cox, and I appreciate you tuning in because we are in for a treat tonight. This is a show that's designed to help those people out to learn about their access center, the television studio in their own community. That's what we're all about, and here in Salem we have Salem Access TV, and hopefully in your community you too have your own access facility and you're watching us on your local cable access station. Well, tonight we have two guests that have been working here in Salem as producers. One of them is a fairly new producer, here about a year, and the other one I think has been here since the very beginning. So please welcome our very first guest, a producer who's been down here at Salem Access TV for about a year. He's a producer of his own show here in Salem, actually two shows, we'll be telling you all about that. And he's also a fantastic carpenter, and you've seen his work on many of the productions here at SATV. But anyway, please join me in welcoming Leo Jordan. Leo, how you doing, Leo?
Hi, Ron. How you doing?
Thanks for coming on the show. I know you got a busy schedule. In fact, I think you're having your producer's production meeting tonight, right?
Yes, I had to step out of that because we're actually talking about, again, two shows that we're going to be doing in the very near future. One is the whole crew is kind of excited about, and that's the Heritage Days.
The Heritage Days in August.
Right. That's actually our anniversary. That will be a year bringing Salem Now to the people at home here
Fantastic.
in Salem, and generally shows about community issues and how we can better help the people of Salem. But this one here, we're trying to pull all kinds of talent, local talent from Salem, and pretty much give everybody in Salem a good time and for free.
All right, that's great. Well, Heritage Days is an annual event here in Salem, and it's a lot of things happening. It's a whole week of events. So, and you're going to be towards the end or the beginning, or?
We're going to be right smack dead in the middle.
Right, good.
It's a Wednesday night, Prince Spaghetti night.
Oh, fantastic.
And we're going to be live. It's between 7 and 8 p.m. at Old Town Hall. The City Council approved us to use that space. We are one of the Heritage Days events. We're under their umbrella. We expect a big crowd.
Well, that's great. Well, Leo, let's talk a little bit about your show. I mean, you've been involved in Access TV for about a year now.
Right.
Talk to us a little bit about how you got involved. What brought you down here at Salem Access?
It all started by myself being involved in my Ward 4 here in Salem. I'm also a Ward 4 activist. I'm also involved in Crime Watch, amongst other things.
So you say you're a community person who's very involved in issues that are political.
Right.
You want to do something about it. So you came up with this idea of putting together a TV show. Tell us how that happened.
Well, we did a show. It was way back in 2 years ago in February, a show called Target Salem, and the producer had since left, and I found it to be a great way to get out to the people of Salem, to keep them informed. So when I saw that the Target Salem didn't exist anymore, I said, geez, well, maybe I can do it. So I took the classes, and between the crew and I at Salem Now, fantastic. We call it the family, because everybody down here is like a family. It's fantastic. We put the show together, came up with a name called Salem Now, because we deal with the issues, what's happening right now. Our motto is we don't want somebody to wake up and all of a sudden City Hall decided to put a brick wall in front of your door, and when you open it, you slam into it. We try to let the people know before any of these things happen, And if there are problems, we deal with the snow plowing, we deal with the floods. I've had people from the State House related to the Salem issues. Michael Ruane's office has been very helpful. And the feedback from the people of Salem has got to be the most rewarding part of the whole thing.
So people are watching,
oh,
right? That's
it's
fantastic.
Unbelievable how many people are watching Salem now.
Well, we have a clip to kind of show how your opening format looks, so kind of an example of what the show looks like. And I think that's ready now. Why don't we take a look at that, and we'll come back and talk a little bit more about your show. This is a little glance of what Salem Now is all about.
Welcome to Salem Now with your host, Leo Joden. This is a program designed to focus on current matters and events which we feel the people of Salem should be concerned.
When we left you the last time, we told you we were going to go back to this mystery pipe that we had here. Now, Stan, I heard you say fire hydrant. Did this come from a...
No.
No?
It came from Pingree Street. We had a water break. We replaced, I don't know, 10 or 12 feet of pipe, and we cut a piece off just to show you what a piece of pipe looked like that's 100 years old. I think it's important to note that Salem isn't the only place where you'll find a pipe like this. Any major city that has a water system.
Is this drinking water?
Drinking water.
Drinking
Yes,
water
it is.
pipe?
And again, although it looks bad, unless it's disturbed, we're more concerned with the constriction of flow than we are with the material in the bottom.
So the stuff in... Oh, that's a good shot. That's... All this in here, this is all iron?
Iron and manganese.
Iron and
not to be
manganese.
confused with the screw in the middle that's holding the plexiglass on. The wing nut and the...
Actually,
The
this
bolt.
stuff in here is probably better than the...
Considerably.
yeah, it's probably better than this.
I think our concern is more with the fact that there's a constriction and a head loss due to the obstruction and the actual material itself. Every city in town has pipes that look just like that. And the old...
That's an example of how the opening of your show is. Maybe talk a little bit about that backdrop.
Oh. Well, when I got the idea of doing the show, I watched all the shows that were down here, and I said, I want to do something different. Even the theme for Salem Now, it has a name. It's called That Was Nice. It was...
Which is actually written by one of your
It's original,
crew.
right? Everything we try to do, everything here in our show, we try. I call it our show. It's not my show.
Right.
It's the People of Salem show. And Mike Kenny, he does audio for Salem Now. He wrote the music, had it produced in a studio in Beverly, and did a great job. As a matter of fact, he has a few of them, and we're trying to figure out a place for those. But
That's great.
between the opening, but the backdrop, people of Salem love the backdrop, and I have to give credit to you, Ron. Ron's the gentleman that's responsible.
Yeah, but you created the actual making of it. I just painted it.
Well, I know, but I remember it was the first show. You started painting it in the morning, and you actually had that thing done. I think it was less than an hour before showtime.
Yeah.
And
It's my style.
yeah, no, it's, I have a lot of comments on that painting. Matter of fact, people, especially my guests, they look at it and they want to take it home and hang it on the
Well,
wall.
Leo, you've done so many great things for Salem Access Television. You're a producer down here not only for your own show, but you're helping out other people. You've been working on other shows. You've done fantastic things for our annual meeting. So in a way, I looked upon just a little bit of payback for you because you've done such a great job. One of the things you also do in your show is you try to reach out to get people to comment on your show. The interesting thing about your show is issue-driven. There's always issues that you're talking about.
Always.
You like to get feedback from the audience.
Yeah, we have email. We encourage it. Salem Now, hotmail.com. We also encourage the people to write the show, to write SATV. That's Salem Now, care of SATV, 285 Derby Street. If I happen to give you one of my cards, because I found that I had to have those printed up, because when you're out there, the worst thing you can ever do is not have a piece of paper and a pencil to get a guest on the show, and sometimes they're the most important people that you want to have on the show. They can actually solve many of the problems.
Another thing that's happened, I think, with your show is a lot of your crew members are actually a direct result from one of the early classes that happened almost a year ago. And it's interesting that, you know, I taught that class, and that group and that participated in that class kind of ended up being on your show.
Yeah, I can remember how excited you were because when we came out of the class, I kept my eyes, my ears open, and I found a lot of great people in that class, and I'll never forget what you said, and that was, I can't get over it. That class, a show came out of that class, and they're great people.
I think it's a great way for a group to bond together, to have something to work on, and have them all such a happy-go-lucky group.
Well, that's why we call it.
And they don't always agree, too. This is what's good.
Oh, no, that's what's nice. That's why we call it the family. But we're tight. I heard it said by another producer down here, Paul Bisson, that he couldn't believe it. He says, you guys are off the wall before the show. He says, but I can't. He says, but you go right to right to your post, and it's very serious.
That's great.
And then after, of course, we have the sponsors: pizza, cake, and soft drinks.
And that's another thing that you do. You spend time going in the community to get people to sponsor with some food for your crew. It's a great idea. The other thing that's happened is, in working on your show for doing roll-ins that you do, you found out that you always had this extra footage, and you decided to do something. Tell us about this evolution of the second show that you're doing.
Salem Now is a lot of work. I work, I do almost as much work. I also am a carpenter here in Salem, in the trade 30 years, and it's almost as much work doing that on the road with Salem Now, I'm sorry, that I got this bright idea that instead of wasting all this tape, why don't I try to make another show called On the Road with Salem Now, to bring the people at home all the additional information that we couldn't show them on Salem Now. So I said to myself, well, if this flies, am I in trouble? Or if it sinks, will I be just as happy with Salem Now? Well, what happened was Salem Now took off slow, then took off, and On the Road with Salem Now caught right up to it. And sometimes it wants to pass it.
We do have a small clip of that. Why don't we take a look at that, because we are kind of running out of time. Let's take a quick look at On the Road with Salem Now.
On the road again, just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again, going places that I may never see again. I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again, like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keep turning our way. And our way is on the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again.
All right, Leo, thank you very much. That's fantastic. Now, obviously, one show is you do here in the studio, Salem Now,
Right.
where the guests come here. You've got a studio production going on. The second program that you're doing on the road is obviously not only editing rooms, so you kind of go out of the studio.
Right, we were out on the road,
Yeah, yeah.
ironically enough, and we're actually killing two birds with one stone in both shows. We're out taping for Salem Now, and at the same time using all the footage that we have to show the people so they don't miss anything. And when we're in the edit room, we edit our roll-ins off of that for Salem Now, and then we also put together
a whole other show
for On the Road with Salem
great.
Now.
Well, Leo, I want to thank you for coming
I'd
on
like
the
to
show
also
tonight.
acknowledge Sean McKinnon is also assistant producer in this.
Does a lot of your editing as well.
Oh yeah, he does a great job.
Well, that's great.
We haven't killed each other yet, but the edit room can be a tough place to be sometimes. But
now, Leo, we're running out of time. But what would you say to someone out there who's not familiar with Access Television and maybe is thinking about coming down? What would you say to them?
I think you just said it. Thinking about it and not familiar with it. I never thought about it before, like I said, Target Salem, and until I got involved. I came down here and looking for another way out to help my cause with the people of Salem, which I love very much. I mean, I hope they see that. And when I got down here, I met so many wonderful people. I have a lot of friends, and I mean, I'd say 400 of them are here.
That's great.
And everybody else the same way. And anybody else that's out there, I encourage them to come down. I mean, at least check it out. I mean, I say it all the time, but they should check it out. They don't have to stay, but I can say one thing: chances are they'll be glue on the floor.
That's fantastic.
And they'll be stuck.
Well, great. Well, you do a great job, Leo, not only producing your show, but creating things with your carpentry. Fantastic job. And again, welcome to the world of Access Television.
Well, thank you.
All right, thanks for coming to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Salem Now, producer extraordinaire and fantastic carpenter. Well, and now it's time for my favorite treat in the show, the segment that we call Video Shorts. And tonight's video short is actually important because this is a winning video. This year, 1999 Hometown Video Festival, this won the Special Judges Merit Award. The producer is Paul K. Bisson, who not only created this video we're about to see, but he's also directing tonight's show. So let's take a look, settle back, and now it's time for Video Shorts and a little video created by Paul K. Bisson.
Community Vision is a multifaceted arts-based program that is designed to engage isolated at-risk youth who are primarily from Salem's Point neighborhood. The young people in Community Vision are primarily Latino, aged 13 to 18, and English is used as a second language.
Well, this group helps me, what can I say? I don't hang with the girls that I used to hang out with. They were bad girls, and this group keeps me off the streets. I have gotten to know a lot of people through this group. I have new girlfriends now, and this group has taught me how to demonstrate my culture and how to learn from other cultures.
Community Vision addresses a central need in the Point neighborhood, a 20-block area of Salem that has been the traditional home of new immigrants. Young people in the Point need programs that engage them in activities in an after-school setting. and there are few programs available for youth in their native language. Community Vision gets these kids off the streets and into activities that build self-esteem and self-expression in a safe learning environment.
I think this group is changing like a lot of people, like to get out of the streets and stuff, you know what I mean? Like for me, because I'm like always in the street with my friends or my sister or my cousin and stuff. And my mom thinks like, you know, like, oh, we're like amora or whatever, like we're getting in love and people when we're off the streets, whatever. So I think this program is good for like kids.
Community Vision has 4 major components: public art, expressive dance, public access television, and community participation. The first step to the public art project is to teach the participants basic art instruction that will lead to the design of the initial 5-foot by 12-foot mural.
Once you get to the stage where you have a design and you get to project it up onto the wall, and the whole community is watching, and it's really neat because everybody comes by and starts to ask questions. Well, what's this about? What's that about? And you get to have this real nice interchange with the community, and the kids start to develop a lot of pride because, you know, something they've done is like going up there in the community, and they're getting some acknowledgement for all the hard work they've put in.
The mural will be used as a prototype in the development of a larger 50-foot by 20-foot piece of public art that will eventually be located at 64 Harbor Street in the Point neighborhood. The larger mural, like the smaller version, will go through the same type of development process.
The whole idea is that the kids themselves really have the ideas and the experience, and we want to draw the mural from those ideas, their experience, their life in the community. But I have some of the technical abilities that maybe they don't have. So the idea is to kind of share those two things.
The second component of Community Vision is expressive dance. We recognize that dance is very important to the Latino culture, and we were successfully able to integrate this component into the project. Rosario Uviera, SATV's youth coordinator, helped the young people to develop the dance piece.
Yo lo tuve que hacer de esa forma
I had to do it that way because we couldn't find a person to teach them how to dance the merengue. And that's something for me, being Dominican, it was easy. I know how to dance merengue, but didn't know how to put the whole thing together. Working with the kids, though, made it easy because there was trust between us. And whatever I asked them to try, they did it with no problems. The dance became a way of expressing the culture that we have, who we are, and what we bring from our different countries. I try to make them feel comfortable with what they are doing, so that they don't feel obligated to do something. Because if they're going to do it, it's because that's something they like, something they want to do.
The third component to the Community Vision project is to provide basic video production skills.
Today's kids, I think they find that the technology of cameras not so scary, and they're not afraid to press a few buttons to see what it does. Our job as leaders and staff is to make them comfortable with the technology, with the equipment. And again, because their energy level is so high, they want to go all directions. So I find probably one of the secrets is that every once in a while we have to refocus. Where are we going, kids, and what are we doing now? And that's been helpful.
The fourth component of the project is community participation. The 5-foot by 12-foot mural will be shared at community forums, and portions of the video.
Well, there you have it. A little example of an award-winning video that made here in Salem, Massachusetts. That was a little promotion that was made about a group called the Community Vision Group that has since evolved in a group now called the Youth in Action Project, or as they say in Latino, Jóvenes en Acción. But please now welcome the producer and editor of that incredible piece, Mr. Paul K. Bisson. Paul, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm glad to be here, Ron.
Well, thanks for coming, and also thanks for leaving the booth and coming out
Certainly,
here.
certainly. It's I think a lot of people really would enjoy this show. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming out because not only that, you were entered this piece at the 1999 Hometown Video Festival, and unfortunately, somehow it didn't get enough points for its category.
Yeah, they wanted more money, and I just didn't have, to bribe them.
But I think it's fantastic. They actually created a whole new award for you.
Yeah, what
is
that all about?
I don't know, Judges Merit Award.
Yeah, the Judges Merit. I think, I think that's probably even better.
I think so too, because it stands apart.
If they're going to create, like a mantle, another niche in the wall.
I think that's so. Obviously,
for
it was impressive.
I'm very impressed by it. Yeah.
And of course, we were here impressed too, and also helped get us funding. So it served the purpose.
Yes, it did.
But Paul, let's talk not only about that piece we just saw, but you've been involved with Salem Access TV, I think, since the beginning.
Yes, since the beginning of time.
Tell us about your involvement down
Well,
there.
my involvement really started, I remember when this place started, it was, hardly anything was here, hardly any equipment or anything. And I came in, because back then we had to go to the Time Warner Access cable station in Lynn. And
you kind of borrow their equipment.
You had to borrow their equipment, and I didn't have a car when so I had to take the bus to go down there. So I said, the heck with that. When this facility opened up, it was a godsend, because I jumped right in.
Oh, you sure did.
I
mean, when I came here, I looked at some of the old early tapes, and they go back and all have your name on it. All this early stuff.
Well, I wanted to be a participant. I wanted to really get this place rolling and get it on its feet. And I didn't know everything, and it was fun to come here and share my knowledge with other people that were coming, and you learn from them, and together you create stuff that other people and the new members can learn. So
and that's great. And I'll talk to some of the shows you've created. You've done some series, you've done some single shows.
Yeah, the first thing I ever did was I helped out on a lot of shows. And but the first thing I did for me was a 2-hour special called Backstage Pass, where I was a sort of a news magazine / documentary on SATV itself. So that's what I did. And
you did about, what, 2 or 3 or 4 of those? You did a series of those.
Right, I did a series of those, but they started back in Lynn.
Right.
But the best one and the major one was done here, and that was 2 hours, and it was a retrospective on it. Then I moved into doing, working with Movie Time, with Rob Turner and Movie Time. They were doing Movie Time. I wanted to be a part of that. I became a part of that, and for I think 3 years, I was a part of Movie Time as an associate producer. I've since left Movie Time, and now, I was just wondering myself, I haven't done anything for me, completely by me as producer.
Until recently.
Until recently. So I've really put it on the burner, and I've got actually 3 shows now, 3 completely new shows. Gainful Employment.
I'm Right, You're Wrong.
I'm Right, You're Wrong, which has since been changed to Peace of Mind.
Yeah.
And then a music show called The Band. So those are 3 new shows that are becoming, and they're going to be entertaining and informative.
And not only that, on top of all that, you did the roll-in for the annual meeting that everyone's still talking about, that mystery person.
Who was that mystery person? Who was that mystery person?
But the great thing about that, Paul, is you put that together the day of the annual meeting.
Yeah, I'm sort of known in SATV as the broadcast man running down the hall with the tape. I've got it! We've got 5 seconds! Here's the tape!
That's great. Well, again, I appreciate you coming by. We are running out of time. Yes, this time just flies, but I appreciate, Paul, you coming.
Well, I've enjoyed it. I enjoy working on this show.
This is great. And you've been a big help, not only to my shows and other people's shows down here, but Salem Access TV, I don't think could survive without somebody like Paul K. Bisson.
Well, I'm getting my protege ready for when I leave at the end of the year.
That's going to be tough. You're still leaving, huh?
Yes, I'm still going.
We can't talk you out of it.
No.
Well, thanks again for Paul K. Bisson coming down on our show, and thank you for tuning in to Access This. Now remember, you have an access facility in your community. Get down and use it. I don't care where it is, if it's part of a cable access television station or it's its own private nonprofit organization. You have a right to access the equipment in your town or city, so go ahead and do it. Use that resource that's sitting there waiting for you to use. Make your own TV shows. And as we always say down here at Access This, don't just watch TV, make TV. So till next time, we'll see you. This is Ron Cox for Access This. Take care and good night.